It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Great beginning there under the bright lights of primetime.
Yeah, it takes you back to high school football on a Friday night, doesn't it? When you feel like every eye in the county is on you. In this case, every eye in primetime is on you.
Cousins on first down. Flush to his right. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. You look at this Eagle defense. This unit third best in the NFL in stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Here's Chandler on second down. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Well, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Cousins to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Elliott cut with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Losers in the season opener on Sunday. They get that quick turnaround 96 hours later. Here we go. They're back at it. And I've got to think, especially early in the year, that's a good thing for these guys, is it not?
It absolutely is, and we've seen it many times demonstrated over the years. Teams have a rough opening game, have to play the Thursday game. That quick turnaround allows them to go ahead and throw the other game out, focus on the new one, and typically they play much better in game 2, so I would agree with you totally on that.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Eagle defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got the 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
This is 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Cousins. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Cousins now from the 50. To the sideline and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They'll throw again. Cousins going underneath. He's got Hawkinson. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff to Chandler. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Isaiah Rodgers up to make the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Cousins now. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's That's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Cousins going to change it up. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Eagles 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. Then everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts. He's got Watkins on the out route. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Now a give right side Swift. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. They go play action with Hurts. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Well, that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another 1st down on the pickup of 5 yards. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Here's Hurts to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Throwing is Hurts. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw is Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A give up the middle to Akers. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Going to throw right side here, complete. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a 3rd and 6. Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He lets one go deep for Addison. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards.
64-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
A first down throw for Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Man open left side is Brown. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
At the 46-yard line.
They'll run right here with Swift. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's complete. It's Okurebunan. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Swift. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Hey, Silver.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And that is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Well, if nothing else, some signs of life here, Charles, because you're facing the big deficit, but at least they were able to prevent 3 more from getting on the board there with a nice block.
And that's how they're comforting themselves on the sidelines right now, because they certainly didn't execute well on that play at all. Bottom line, exactly what you said. They didn't need the 3, but they sure don't like giving up a block. They'll have something to work on as they get into practice next week.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. That is caught. Muscles him off. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Cousins now from the 50. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown, that field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Out of the gun now on third down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Now Osborne to return it. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing, but in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Good route here.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Wait, that.
Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Cousins to throw it. Pass complete to Addison. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, Steamer. Wait, the hot.
Here's Cousins. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
382, live 50. Wait, that.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Brown the motion man right. They'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift. Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 73 yards on the ground here for Swift, and he's got a first down as well.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Swift. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. Here's a toss play right to Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Two.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
two. What's that?
They go play action. Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Wait, you're on the line. Wait, the hunt.
Play action now. Cousins. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Here now, a 3rd down and 8. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Flag.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Hurts down to one knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you got to like what you saw. What do they call that? The total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Eagles, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2.